Hello, everyone. It is afternoon. Yes, just about. Oh, yeah, wait a minute. We have a time change happening here. Let's see. Oh, I didn't check and see if. And so it is. Uh, it won't make much difference for me at the moment. Yes, right now, where I'm at. Don't have to worry about the animals all getting. All right, they're not confused, right? Okay. They don't know. Oh, hey guys, the feeding time is a clock back now. Again. Just say. So, just had a very interesting experience with my granddaughter, oldest granddaughter. She comes over here. Mom and the baby are taking a nap, and Dad is out there fixing the brakes on the truck. And so she's bored. She comes over and she says, "Well, girls, I want to do something fun." I said, "Okay, so what do you want to do?" I said, "Hey, we need to sew another tablecloth now for fall time, right?" She said, "No, I don't want to do that." Okay, I said, "Well, do you want to do some painting?" No, I don't want to do that either. I said, "Oh, hey, we ended up, by the way, having a great time playing games last night. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. Learned a new game. That's great. All right." Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. And I said, "You want to play some games? Want to play some more games?" No, I don't want to do that either. So I said, "Okay, what you really want to do is you want to go somewhere." She's like, "Yeah." I'm going, "Well, okay, well, that's not happening with me." So I'm the only one available. I said, "Well, okay." I said, "How about, do you want to play these little computer games that we've been doing that she's is has been playing, and they're quite fun. She always wins because I'm just not fast enough with this stuff." And so she didn't have one of her other computers with her. She has two of them. And so I said, "Well, I got my computer. So can you hook it up to my computer as well, like you do the other one?" She says, "Yeah, yeah." So we try that, and somehow it's not working. So we got that in, and he's quite good with computers. But the problem is we don't have all the information that we need. And if she doesn't have it, well, what are we going to do? So that didn't work. So she says, "Hey, girls, I know one." So she says, "Put in Snow Rider." So all the middle schoolers are playing that. So I did. And you have to use all the arrows to go get through all the obstacles. Guess how far I got? Okay, not very far. Every time I start again. And I'm sitting here and I'm going, these are not my games. It's a lot about speed. So you have to, with that speedy sled, and then all this stuff coming, and then you're supposed to. I'm going, man, I don't have the mindset for that at all. My mind is not, doesn't speed ahead like this, where, or my hands don't move like this. She said, "Oh, there's another game," and that was called, I can't remember. And it was another. It was like a tunnel rush, and that was even worse. I think I made it the farthest. I made it through 5 obstacles. That's it. Otherwise, I always crashed. And I really tried. I said, "Okay, I concentrate." And I can't. I realized I don't have the mindset for these games. Also, I'm going, oh, even if I do get good at it, what are they good for? Absolutely nothing. It's not a skill that I need for anything out there, not in the real world. Okay, so, should she not be playing? No, I don't care about that, but it was absolutely not for me. And it ended up, I like these other games that we play where you go fishing for stuff, and there's other things that you can do, and you compete with the other person answering questions and stuff. I kind of like that. Ooh, which reminds me, her and I could play a game that would be actually quite fun. As it answering questions, or do a word puzzle or something like that, right? That's okay. Would she like that? I don't know. But as far as these games that and then it was like, eventually I said to her, I said, I can't do this anymore. I said, I think I just got really tired. It exhausted me. Anyway, so she's doing something over there now, got interested in something else, so I came back over to the house here. And I thought, I think I'll do a Bible video. That's more my kind of thing. If I have to be on the internet, let's do that. So, interesting, yes. And it's been long enough with all the stuff we just did. It took about an hour and a half to just So I have to come up. I need to think of some things that I know that will interest her. Oh, yeah. And then the birthday present I got her, right? A new charger for the hoverboard. Ends up the guy who gave us whatever, this multi-pack of what. No, have to return it and get the right thing and take that hoverboard with us, so we have the right thing. Well, anyway, so that didn't work out. Ah, gee. Telling you what. Anywho, so let's get going on this. I feel like let's read this. This is much simpler. Okay. And we got to get through this book of Job. Oh, it feels like the longest book ever. Oh, we still have 42. And I think it's up to 42. And we're only on 29. Book of Job. I have a fly in here. That's getting awfully comfortable. But flies don't live that long. So I think, well, as long as it's not trying to land on me and start to do this, and that, I'll just let it, a little bit of noise and stuff doesn't bother me. I hear it, right? All the plants in here, they might enjoy a little wildlife in here. So, we'll leave it alone. The Book of Job. Conclusion of the dialogue. Job's complaints and apologia. His former happiness. A. Wow, there's all these different. 30 is B. A. His former happiness. And Job continued his solemn discourse. He said, will no one bring back to me the months that have gone, and the days when God was my guardian? When his lamp shone over my head, and his light was my guide in the darkness, shall I ever see my days of harvest again, when God protected my tent, when Shaddai still dwelt with me, and my children were around me, when my feet were bathed in milk, and streams of oil poured from the rocks, when I went out to the gate of the city, when I took my seat in the square, as soon as I appeared, the young men stepped aside, and the old men rose to their feet. Whoa. Men of note broke off their speeches and put their hands over their mouths. The voices of rulers were silenced, and their tongues stayed still in their mouths. They waited anxiously to hear me, and listened in silence to what I had to say. When I had finished, no one contradicted, my words dropping on them one by one. They waited for me as though for rain, open-mouthed as though for a late shower. If I smiled at them, I was too good to be true. They watched my face for the last sign of favor. As their chief, I told them which course to take, like a king living among his troops, and I led them wherever I chose. Oh, really? Interesting. Well, Job, what are you revealing about yourself here? On hearing me, people congratulated me. On seeing me, people deferred to me, because I freed the poor in distress and the orphan who had no helper. The dying man's blessing rested on me, and I gave the widow's heart cause to rejoice. Oh, that's not what it said over there. Uprightness I wore as a garment. Fair judgment was my cloak and my turban. I was eyes for the blind and feet for the lame. Who but me was father of the poor? The stranger's case had a hearing from me. I used to break the fangs of the wicked and snatch their prey from their jaws. And I used to say, I shall die in honor after days as numerous as the sand. My roots can reach the water. The dews of night settle on my leaves. My glory will be forever new, and the bough in my hand forever strong. That's 29. Wow, what an odd one, in a way. With all the other stuff that went beforehand. Interesting. Is there much to say to it? I think that a story came to my mind. Yeah, isn't that amazing, all the stories I have? I find it interesting that only here in the beginning will no one bring back to me the months that I have gone and the days when God was my guardian. That's the only thing. Oh, and then here, yep, shall I ever see my days of harvest again when God protected my tent, when Shaddai still dwelt with me, and my children were around me. And then the whole rest of the time, how did he speak? Just saying. Again, how do people need God in their lives? How did Job need God in his life? Exactly. Yes. That's a good question that everyone should ask themselves. Why do you need God in your life? What for? Exactly. And is there a give and take going on between you and God? God and you? There is a song, Me and God, by Josh Turner and I forgot. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting so many things these days. I'm way too relaxed. That's what happens to me. What was that? By Josh Turner, got Me and God, and it's a wonderful song, just an absolutely beautiful song. But the story came to my mind on how Job views himself here in his former happiness. And I've told this story before as well, where my mom told us the story. I asked her one time, my mom would always, after in Switzerland, the one thing that you eat is bread. So breadcrumbs will end up on the table, on the cutting board of the bread and this and that. And my mom would always take them very gently, push them all together, and then had a can where she put them all in. It got to fill up. I asked her one time, Mom, why are you saving all them breadcrumbs? Why don't you just throw them away? And she said, let me tell you a story. She says, well, first of all, then in the wintertime, or whenever the can would get so full, she would throw them out to the birds. And she said, there is a story of a man who lived like Job, for example. And he was, when he passed away, just as Job, he says he had done everything right, was admired by everyone, helped everyone, this and that, was an upright person who believed in God. When he passed away, he found himself in hell, in a kind of cave-looking place. And he was surprised. Why am I here? And of course he asks, hey everyone, if anybody's around, why am I here in hell? What did I do? And I guess an angel appeared or whatever. Mom says, and he was told to look into that corner of the cave. And there was a huge mountain of breadcrumbs he had thrown away. Okay, now, regardless, right? Breadcrumbs, it doesn't matter where they end up, basically. They're going to be somehow, they're biodegradable, and somehow will be a part of whatever going back into nature eventually, or this, right? Okay. Not such a big deal if they end up in a garbage bag. But the lesson of the story, yes, there you go. All your life, you never cared about the breadcrumbs. Oh, so that's why you're in hell. So my mom told me that story. That story always stuck with me. In what way? In not wasting food in particular. To not waste what was given to me so freely. Around me, this now, to never waste it. Yes? And to be very conscientious. Am I always 100% successful? Of course not. But I really do try. I got his chocolate marker. Something. I haven't had any chocolate today. What would I have there? I don't know. Like there was something. It's gone now. Anywho. Yep. It might be a surprise to all of us once we go to the spirit world on what actually we will be, what we will be held accountable for. Right? Yes. Yeah. Well, anyway, so that's what I wanted to share today. I have to say that again, this story, and it is just a story. This is not a real story. Okay, I think we know that by now. Gets more clear that this is just an example of something that, again, I'm not sure what it is an example of, test of faith, or whatever. I think that for anyone, no matter who you are, it'd be very, very difficult to not at least have a moment of, and Jesus did too, Father, why have you forsaken me? Yes. And I think that, again, our Heavenly Parent will allow us moments of wondering, worrying, yes, questioning, and to get past it, and then find the proper path again. Yes. I think the worst thing that can happen to someone is when they get stuck in misery, stuck in pain, stuck in misery, stuck in being disillusioned, and so on and so on, right? Yes. As a few months back, someone says, we all have our paths through hell. Just make sure you don't get stuck in it and walk through it. Come out on the other side. Yes? Yeah. Anywho, so I guess we'll find out what else is going to happen here. Oh yeah, B is in 30. That will be his present misery. And then what? Is there C? No, then there's Job's apologia. Apologia sounds like an opera to have all these right names. Apologia. I wonder if that's a scale of sound. And here she comes. So I must finish up. Have you come up with another game? No. No? Oh. Well, we'll come up with something out there. May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you and embrace you with love. And I will talk to you all, God willing, tomorrow.